Alright, what's up guys? We're going to be playing some Dark Souls 1. I just skipped past the introduction cutscene and I already created my character as well. So we're just jumping straight into the game. I figure anybody who's played Dark Souls 1 at least once knows what happens in that beginning cutscene. It's basically just, here's a bunch of bosses you're going to fight later that we can be like, ooh, that boss. So basically just waiting for Oscar to drop that key in so we can get the hell out of this prison. And in this video, we'll probably get out of the asylum, maybe get to the second bonfire after the normal way you go when you get to Firelink, and then we'll probably stop it there just so these don't get too long. Okay, I just skipped that. Oscar basically just dropped this corpse down, has the key on it. So if you can't tell from our dress, we started as a bandit, and all we have right now equipped is our armor, and oh, it looks like we can fast roll with all of our armor on. That's awesome. That'll probably change once we get our weapons, I'm sure. It all has to do with your load capacity, whether or not you can fast roll. Anything under 25%, that's a fast roll. Anything above 5 but under 50% is a medium roll. Anything over 50% is a what they call a fat roll. Basically, it's unusable. So it is technically possible to kill this boss with just the broken sword hilt, but it takes forever, and you get a weapon you can't use until like you're level 50. So we're just gonna run right past this motherfucker. Alright, you just heard him crash down. We're not even gonna look at him. I don't want to get hit. Like this second bonfire. We're gonna run through here, grab our shield, bang. And what's nice about starting as a bandit is, one, you get the highest starting strength out of any other class, and also you get the spider shield, which is resistant to toxins. Grab our axe, equip that real quick, bang. Alright, we're gonna run up here, kill this archer, and then yo, backstab action. And then before we walk through this fog gate, do we still light roll? No, we're medium rolling. So we're just gonna take off a couple pieces of armor to hopefully get us to light roll again. Did that do it? Yep. Okay. Cool. And I started a female character just because I like the way the armor fits, for the most part, better on the female characters. We're gonna try to dodge this boulder. There we go. Come in here, talk to dying Oscar. You'll come back here later and fight him, and he'll be hollow. Yeah, we'll listen to your story. So he dies, and he gives us the key to the door that's up this staircase here, and then he also gave us some Estus flasks, which, if you don't know, are basically your health potions in this game. It's basically bottled fire, which is pretty badass. That's why you refill them at the bonfires. You just catch the fire in the, I think it's emerald flasks, and then that's how you heal yourself, which is pretty freaking dope. So the combat in this game can be difficult if you don't know what you're doing, but basically it's all about timing. So knowing when they're going to strike, blocking their attack, hitting them while they're staggered is usually the best way to take care of them. If you can, go for the backstabs, always. And then there's also parrying. I fucking suck at parrying, so we're not going to go over that too much. I'll try to get a couple off, just so I can show, but... Alright. We're gonna... Ooh, no, no, no. Two-hand, and plunge attack. Takes off about half his health right off the bat. And we're basically just going to block him as much as we can and hit him in the butt. That's basically how this goes. Come on. Whew, that was close. If I could get through this, yep, didn't take a single hit, that's awesome. Alright, it's gonna give us a couple thousand souls, and then basically just the key to get the fuck out of the Undead Asylum. And I really like this intro to the game. It's super quick. It's a good tutorial. It basically lays down the basics of combat and stuff pretty fast. I mean, if this is your first time playing through the game, it'll that might take you a while. We did it in about 6 minutes, so that's pretty good. But we already know how to play. All right, come up here, get grabbed by the Raven. I always thought this thing was just fucking badass. Yeah. What a cool way to travel. Imagine if, like, you went to the airport in real life and you wanted to go to Orlando and a giant Raven just comes and picks you up. So it's going to drop us off in Firelink Shrine, which is basically the hub of the game. It leads to like 5 or 6 different other areas, and this is basically like you'll get looped back around to Firelink a lot and be able to access places more quickly. And this is Dark Souls remastered for the Nintendo Switch, just in case anybody was wondering. Alright, we'll rest at this bonfire, which is already kindled once, so that'll give us 10 Estus flasks. Take a couple levels. Usually I dump everything into Endurance, Strength, and Vitality first, and go from there. We'll put a couple points in Dex right off the bat, just to get that up a bit. And, okay, we can do 3. So let's put 2 in Dex, 1 in Vitality. Alright. Because usually what I do is I try to go for at least one of the Black Knight weapons early on in the game. And that'll really help us a lot to just kind of do more damage and be a badass. So we're going to run up this staircase. This is the way the game kind of intends for you to go. Actually, let's pick up some soul items and stuff down here first. So there's going to be some fire bombs back here. There's quite a few soul items just kind of sprinkled throughout. Grab this one first. And basically the soul items, it's basically like souls on demand. So you can just kind of keep them in your inventory and pop them off whenever you need to, whenever you need extra souls. And you don't lose those upon death. If you die once, it gives you a chance to recover your souls. But if you die on the way back to recovering before you grab them, they are gone forever. And that's what makes this game really kind of punishing. That's where all the stuff comes from about people getting super frustrated and wanting to throw their controller. So we'll make sure we get most of this stuff just from the beginning area of the game. Since we only have 61 souls right now, it's kind of good because we might do sort of a suicide run just to get a couple of items. We may make it out of there alive and get back to the bonfire, but probably not. We're going to go down in the graveyard, which is super dangerous right now. In this game, I really like it because it's like minimum hand holding. Doesn't necessarily tell you where to go. So the first time I played, for example, I ran down here and just got my ass handed to me. But if you're skilled enough and good enough at the game, then you can go down here very first thing and succeed if you're good enough at blocking. Now going down into the catacombs at this level, that's a lot more risky. So we're gonna grab some of these soul items. There's a couple swords down here, there's a couple shields, there's a couple soul items, and last but not least, the binoculars. And speaking of the binoculars, as our gift, we grabbed the master key. Since we started as a bandit, we didn't get it right off the bat. And, oh, no. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm definitely gonna die. Okay. So we got a couple of things there. We got the Zweihander, or two-handed sword. And we got the binoculars, we got the soul item, and I think the Cassius shield is still down there, but we'll probably just leave it there. We don't need it that bad. And once we respawn here at the bonfire, we'll check out a couple of weapon descriptions. That's how you get the vast majority of the lore in this game, is just by reading item descriptions. So the Zweihander, it's an ultra great sword and one of the gigantic straight great swords. That's a mouthful. As the name suggests, the Zweihander is held with two hands, but its wielder must be inhumanely strong. It is this great weight that sends foes flying when hit solidly. So Zwei is just German for two. It's a two-handed sword. So yeah, it doesn't really give you much background on any story there, but some of the items do. So as we pick stuff up, we'll probably just read some item descriptions, give you guys a little background. Oh, these guys are actually weaker than the ones in the asylum. Alright. Oh. Ow. There we go. Grab that. Chug some Estus. Okay. We're gonna kill this firebomb dude first, because he's an asshole. There we go. Knock yourself off. Basically, the way you perform a backstab is by hitting them when you're about half to all the way behind them, and with your shield dropped, just a light attack. Perform a backstab. Alright. So we get in all these souls, so we'll probably pop off most of them once we get to this first bonfire here. Or second or third, whichever one this is, the first one after Firelink. Kill both those guys at the same time. Bam. And it looks like we're doing pretty good on time right now, so we'll probably run down to the bottom there and grab some more soul items and whatnot before we run through this fog gate. Another one. Cool. And these guys will climb over the edge. They're just kind of pricks about it. Super easy to kill though. And there's kind of a trade-off in this game. Like the harder an enemy is to kill, the more tough it is, the more souls generally it drops. So these guys go down in one hit, therefore they only give 20 souls. Whereas if you kill like a Black Knight early on in the game, you'll get like 1,000 or so souls. Rubbish. That's great. Just no value there. Take a sip of my Heineken. Bam, got some humanity. Humanity in this game has a couple uses. You can see that number that's 0 up by my health bar. That is what's called soft humanity. And it's kind of like when you lose your souls when you die, you also lose all your soft humanity, and then upon recovering it, your souls, you get all your soft humanity that you lost back. So, and then hard humanity is what's actually kept in your inventory. You never lose that unless you turn it into soft humanity. And if you have, ooh, shoot, I always forget about that guy. It can actually kill you. I've died to him before by just running through there too fast. But soft humanity, if you have more than 10 on the roster, it basically improves drop rates. Doesn't really make you any stronger or anything, just helps drops. I'm gonna run through here, grab the wooden shield. We'll probably never use this, but we'll grab it. And then go up here, and then the bonfire is right around that corner. Kill this archer. That should not have hit. Alright, and this is the second bonfire. Okay, so let's see if we can get a level up. Do that. Alright. Then we're just gonna pop off a few humanity, or not humanity, souls. So these 7 lost souls, and then we got 3 large. I'm just gonna run through all of these and level up as much as we possibly can. Because, I don't know, if you're in a safe place, there's really no point to saving these and just letting them sit in your inventory. They're free souls, so you might as well use them. As long as you use them pretty much right away. And you'll also see me kind of like dumping off souls when I have too many. It's never a good idea to run around with more than like 10,000 souls, especially early on in the game, because if you lose those, they're just gone. And that's probably about 5-6 level ups at this point. So never just want to lose a bunch of souls. So sometimes I'll just buy stuff from merchants or just get them away somehow. So basically all we did here was got all of our stats up to 14 to start with, and that'll help us a lot. Or all of our main stats: dexterity, endurance, and vitality. And next we're probably just going to start juicing endurance until we can wear our full set of armor, because that increases your green stamina bar, which everything costs stamina in this game. Costs stamina to attack, to block, to roll, to run, everything. So it's important you have a decent amount of that, and it also improves your equip load, which is what allows us to wear more armor and still be able to light roll. So this is kind of the first real challenge the game presents you with. I remember the first time I ran through here, I died so many times. I just didn't get how you were meant to succeed, but you literally just run straight through here, let those guys throw their bombs. There'll be a guy here. Oh no, he didn't run through yet. And then, oh yeah, that's the guy who I thought was going to be there. And these guys, they're decent about like blocking and trying to not let you get behind them. The spear guys are even worse. They're just a-holes. So there will be a chest in here. We're going to run in and grab it. Bam. Guy back here. Basically just trying to rack up as many souls as possible at this point. And you always want to attack the chests because they're what are called mimics. I pretty much knew that wasn't one of them, but it's just a habit. Because those things will eat you alive, literally. Alright. So the first thing we're going to want to do is kill this asshole. And while you're in a backstab or a parry animation, you get invincibility frames, and you always want to use those to your advantage. Because while you're performing that animation, nothing can hit you. Alright. And at this point, we're pretty much well on our way to the Taurus Demon. He is pretty easy to kill. Basically, just gotta cheese him. And there's a way to cheese almost every boss in this game. But even if you go with the cheesing route, he can still kill the shit out of you. At least if you're low level. Oh, so first we're just gonna go grab those pine resins, the gold pine resin that's in that chest up there. And that'll help this fight go a lot smoother. If we two-hand our axe and use that pine resin, we'll kill this thing in no time. Alright. Cool. We'll open this door just while we're down here. Cool. Havel's down there. We will probably kill his soon just so we can get his ring. And that increases your equip load significantly, I think by 50%. And there is a crystal lizard in here. Oh, no, no, no. Come here. Why did you do that? Usually he runs right down the staircase, and I was going to follow him. There we go. That'll give us some Twinkling Titanite, which is what you use to upgrade the Black Knight weapons, and a couple other things as well, I believe. Gonna run up here, kill these two archers. And then we're gonna try to get past the dragon after this. Sometimes he kills me several times in a row. We'll just kind of see how lucky we get. Alright. Whoa, no, 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 no. Oh, well. Yeah, we'll just start with full health, might as well. So as soon as I run across this bridge or halfway, Taurus Demon is gonna drop down. We're just gonna turn straight around. Run up the ladder, two-hand our weapon. And we might not even use the pine resin because I'm a dumbass and I forgot to put it on the roster. Alright, let him run up to us. Plunging attack. Probably take 4 or 5 of these to cheese him, kill him to death. Alright, so we're going to run almost all the way to that fog gate and then turn around and attempt to get past him here. See if we can trigger him to attack. Whew, that was really, really close. Run straight back past him. We're just going to keep wash, rinse, repeat, running up the ladder, plunging attack, run down there, run past him. And yeah, we're just going to cheese the shit out of him and kill him like that. This fight is really difficult at this level to not cheese him. Almost there, maybe one more of those. And we might be able to just hit him a couple of times, and that's that. Perfect. Hopefully he don't catch up to us. He can hit you on the ladder, which is a giant pain in the ass. I've had him kill me like that before, actually, just trying to climb up the ladder. Bang. You're done, fool. Alright, that'll give us a couple thousand more souls. And hopefully I don't lose them all in this next bridge where the dragon is, because that would royally suck. It's happened to me before. 3,000 souls, so that's enough for us to level up a couple of times, at least. And in this crate up here is a soul item. can't use that. Nope. So we're just going to run over here and talk to Solaire. That way we can use them later to battle the, whatchamacallit, the Bell Gargoyles. And I think you can still summon him even if you don't talk to him here, but it's Solaire. Everybody likes Solaire. Alright, we're just going to make sure we exhaust all of his dialogue. Sure. Alright. So we got the white soapstone. So poetic. So the white soapstone basically just allows us to summon in NPCs to help us with fights. Okay, so this is where the dragon kind of comes in and rocks your world. I'm going to try to just run straight past all these guys, and once we get down this staircase, we'll be able to kind of get a shortcut through here. And this dragon is just kind of bound to hit you. Yep, there it goes. Cool. Didn't kill me though, so that's rad. And I just got 400 souls from it killing all of those guys. Alright, so if we kick this ladder... Oh, no. Ugh, my joystick is so wonky and I don't want to fall. There we go. Now this kind of just loops us back around to where we started out here at this second bonfire. See? And yeah, I think that's pretty much all for today. Now we're here, we can just run straight back up that ladder and just kind of continue on our merry way in the next one. But hopefully you enjoyed. We'll take this character probably as far as we can. Get some badass armor, level up as much as possible, and try to get to the end of the game. So I'll see you next in part 2. See you later, guys.